Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Good afternoon. It is so great to have you here. And I am just going to give Facebook a couple of minutes to notify people that we're here. And we're looking forward to have a good time this afternoon. We have somebody who's very special, two special people in our midst, and they have such an important message. And I hope that you can hang on and be here and enjoy this party. So just give us, we're going to have like 2 minutes just to make sure that Facebook has notified everyone on our network that we're here. Good afternoon. Thank you. Just 1 second. Perfect. So I have to, okay, I have to make this public. There you go. So we can all see this, and we should have people tripping in any minute from now. Good afternoon. Hello. Perfect. Okay. So, Dr. Lara, you could share this on your page. I'm just going to do that for you.
Okay.
Let me share this on your timeline just so that people on your network can see this. Just 1 second. Okay. Perfect. There you go. So I have done that. So this should be on your Facebook page right now.
Oh, great.
Yes. So everyone is going to see that. Okay. So we're ready to go, guys. Thank you. So this is the Civilized Presence, and I'm so excited to be here this afternoon. Time had to change because our guest is all the way in California, and the time difference, of course, affects all of us. That's like 3 hours behind. So thank you for hanging on tight and coming on. I got some messages in my inbox. What's going on? And that makes me happy that people are really benefiting from the message that we share here every day. And that makes us really happy and encourages us to work harder. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is Civilized Presence. If it's your first time of joining us, this is the Civilized Presence, and we are here 9:30 a.m. on Mondays and Fridays. That's Eastern Time. 9:30 a.m. on Mondays and on Fridays. And thank you for being here. If you're able to make it here on the live chat, we are so happy to have you. But if you cannot be here on the live chat, we are happy as well. You can have access to the replay on my page or our business Facebook page, which is So Unique Experts. And also, if you are on the network with Dr. Lara, it's going to be on her page. This video will be there and you can have an access. But the only thing that we require from you is that you comment replay if you're watching this on a replay, because we'll like to see how many more people were able to get access to this video. So thank you so much. We're here every Mondays and Fridays. And if you wanted to learn more about what we do, you can connect with us on our website. It's www.thecivilityacademy.com. I still have a few people sending us messages and asking if we're here. Dr. Lara, are you able to see this online?
No, I'm not able to. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions? Just you.
Okay. So I'm having some inbox messages, and people are asking that we're looking for the video. And I don't know why that is happening. So I'm going to check the privacy again and just make sure that we are live and everyone can see us.
Okay, great.
Yes, so we'll do that again. I just shared it back on my page and it should be okay. I was just surprised to get those messages. Anyway, so we're just going to continue. Now, this is session number 15, and we just started this at the end of April, and Voila, we're here in session number 15. I am so grateful. It seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I'm glad that we're doing this. And so, for the purpose of those who have never, or is your first time of being here, now this is a civilized presence. And the main focus of this session really is to build, um, constructive conversations on restoring civility in our society. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to break it down into tiny little bits and let you know that it's very easy for you to be civil. It doesn't take so much. Okay, I'm getting the comments now, so that's great. It doesn't take so much for you to be civil. It's as easy as please and thank you, or even smiling at somebody or even saying good morning. Sometimes it's very hard for people to say good morning or good afternoon. I got in the elevator today and I said good afternoon like 5 times. This person wouldn't even respond. So you see, this is why it's important that we continue to have these conversations. And this has been very helpful. We've had a lot of great feedbacks from the sessions, and I really appreciate you all for making up time to always listen to us. So if you have never met me before, I have to introduce myself. My name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a master civility trainer and a leadership expert. So you want to know what I do? I work confidently with leaders and professionals that pay great importance on themselves and their reputation. And those professionals are you today because you are here to listen to this great message. So please do us a favor to like this video, show us some love. Facebook does something great. When there's a lot of hats, they are able to share the videos to more and more people. So together we can build a community of like-minded individuals if we do this. If you put it on your page, on your private groups, on your business page, send it to someone who you think needs to listen to this message, and we would be extremely grateful. Now, if you had seen the flyers in the past couple of days, you would have seen that we're talking about something that is extremely important. So, first of all, I'm going to recap from last week where we had Ella Tamufor, and she spoke about fostering civility in the home health centers. And that was a very important topic because, of course, there's so much negative representation of the health homes online, and sometimes through personal experiences, people kind of see it as a nightmare taking their loved ones to the health centers. So it was important that we had her, she's a director of one of the health homes, to come and talk to us about what exactly happens there and how is her center different and how has civility helped her through the process. And we had great feedbacks from that. Now, today, we're even having something that is even more exciting: gang intervention. So, first of all, I am going to introduce to you the guest for today. We are going to have a husband very soon come on the screen. I haven't seen him yet. As soon as I get him on the screen, I will connect him, and we will be three people charting. But let me just tell you a little bit about who this couple is. I really love this couple. They inspire me a lot with all of the work that they are doing. It's an amazing work that they're doing. And I think that more and more people should get to learn about what they're doing and, bring it out to different states because, yes, they are in California, but trust me, people in my neighborhood need to hear about this. So I'll tell you a little bit about who she is. And she is Dr. Linda, and her husband is Dr. Sonny Lara. So Dr. Linda Lara and Dr. Sonny Lara, they are the founders of the Star of David Church in San Jose and the director of school of equipping apostolic prophetic lions and lionesses. And another program that they have that I love so much, which you're going to hear so much about today, is the Firehouse. I love Firehouse so much and all of the great work that they're doing. So you get to hear that. So before I give her a chance, I'm just going to share with you the definition of civility like we do every day because we want to get you used to what civility is. First of all, civility is about people's treatment. But we do have a definition from the civility experts, which we stand for, and I will just share that with you. That civility is a conscious awareness of the impacts of one's thoughts, actions, words and intentions on others, combined with a continuous acknowledgement of one's responsibility to ease the experience of others, example through restraint, kindness, non judgment, respect, and courtesy, and a consistent effort to adopt and exhibit civil behavior as a non negotiable point of one's character. So, if this is so much for you, I just need you to take on one thing that civility is about people's treatment. And it is our responsibility to continuously ease the experience of other people. Pay attention to others. Apologize earnestly if you have to. Refrain from idle complaints and accept criticism. If you have to. I mean, you don't have to. Try not to fight with everyone that you meet. We are all different, but if you do pay attention, then of course you will take a break to really have patience in dealing with other people. So, based on the recent, of course, happenings, whether it's in the society around the world, there's been so much on gangs in the media, and a lot of abuse and a lot of pain that different people have been through. And the only thing that we talk about is the negative part of things. But today I have the expert in the house who is really going to go into this topic and let us know how we can work with people who are struggling with certain things. It is one thing for us to just kind of label them, but how can we, be able to achieve change? How can we use civility to turn things around? So first off, Dr. Lara, I'm just going to allow you to say hello to the audience, and we can go ahead with the questions. So please say hello to the audience.
Hello, everybody. We're so glad you're here today. We're going to have a wonderful program talking about civility and how just simply being kind and nice to these individuals, which are labeled as gang members, which are just individuals like who have struggled and come from different backgrounds and environment, and they have a thought to think that they are gang members, but in reality, they are just human beings searching and looking for love and kindness.
Great. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Lara, do we have your husband available now?
Yes,
Okay.
he's right
Can we
here.
say
Can you
hello
see him?
to him?
Hello, how you doing? God
Good,
bless you.
Dr. Sunny. It's so good to see you. Thank you for making out time to be here. Thank you. Okay, so my first question would be, what is Firehouse? And I want you to be able to share with our viewers, the audience, what Firehouse is and about the program, and really how did it get started? Can you tell us a bit about that program?
Yeah, Firehouse is an intervention agency that I created after I got out of prison. I didn't want any young people to go down the road that I went down. So I just started helping one youth here, one there. Then the courts heard about what I was doing. The judges started bringing me in and say, we need programs as alternatives to incarceration. So back in about 30 years, I created the tattoo removal program with the mayor. I said, Mayor, I could get him out of the gangs, put him in a suit, but as long as he has the tattoos on his face and his hands, he still endangers himself and anyone around him. So they agreed to that, and we started the tattoo removal program. I call it being born again, second chance in life. And then we started putting other programs because gangs, they're a family. And
Mm,
what they do is the gang member will tell you, hey, your dad's not in your life. Your mom don't care about you. We'll protect you. Come join us. It's false identity. And the next thing you know, you're in the gang and now they're telling you, we got to go stab this guy. We have to go shoot this guy. You have to go stay over there and don't let no one in to the young men and women, and they get into a life they don't know how to get out of. That's
mm,
where we come in. And Firehouse is, if you don't have a fire, we'll put one in you. And if your fire is wild, we'll help adjust it. And that's what goal setting, short term, long term, realistic goals, letting you know you are somebody. You're somebody. You're not an
correct.
accident. You weren't born. It doesn't matter wherever you're at. You're
Mm,
special. And
mm,
they love that.
mm. Thank you so much. I'm just going to go back to the audience. Hello, Morel. Thank you for joining us. I know that you're in Finland somewhere, but thank you. I appreciate you being here. Hello, Esther from Nigeria. Thank you. And hello, Sandra from London, UK. We have Owen from Canada. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Lara. This is really great. And I think that a lot of people are going to benefit from this session. And we have, you see, the society has labeled these people wrongly and just feel that nothing good can come out of them. And I really would applaud you so much for, taking the time to listen to them, giving them a voice again and some kind of hope. Somebody just being there. Because sometimes what shows us on the streets is because of lack of love. Nobody really attends to you, and you feel like, everything is, your world is crumbling down. And so at that point, really, you do not really care what happens anymore. Somebody in the audience says, if you do not have a fire, we'll put one fire in you. That's correct. And that's going to be the positive fire. Thank you, Morel. So, yes, so great. We try to make this program interactive. So sometimes we have a question in the comment and we will throw it back to you as soon as the question comes back, because the session is for the audience. So it makes us happy when we see that they're part of what we're doing. So sometimes I might just have to stop you to say something that is on the comment box. Okay, so what qualifies you to be part of this program? And is this
Well,
available to everybody in the United States, or how does this work?
well, yes. Well, it works. We are also in the high schools, in the public high schools, and in the public high schools. In order to qualify a program, you have to have 4 Fs or more. I know that sounds
Mm,
crazy. 4 Fs to qualify. Well, we realize there's so many programs for the overachievers and the
mm,
underachievers there was nothing for. And so that's how we were losing them, because there was no programs for them. It was only for the
mm,
overachievers. So we
mm,
decided to make a program for the underachievers, and those have to have 4 Fs or more, which means that they are on their way out. We are the door before they are exit from school. And so we
wow.
get them at that level of 4 Fs, and we begin
Mm,
to see their value and
mm,
begin to help them realize that every life has value, that they have a
mm,
contribution to this world. And
mm,
though they may not understand it, they may not see it, and nobody has called it out of them,
mhm,
we see that value. And so we see that
mm,
one thing that is positive in their life, and we build from there. We built a relationship with them,
mhm,
and we began to show them that they are valuable in society. And so that is how our program works. And it is just amazing how you can get person that's failing 4 Fs,
mm,
GPA 0.1, become a awesome, amazing citizen, student, and bring
mm,
their grades up to 3.5, 3.8, and even 4.0, and begin to see their lives as something that they can contribute to society.
And not only you got to remember, these were gang members. These are not ordinary kids. These were kids.
right.
A lot of these kids have probation officers already.
Wow.
Moms don't show up to no meetings. No, we show up. Firehouse shows up. We
Wow.
show up and say you don't have a right to not give these young men and women an education, and they
Mm,
can't learn from outside the classroom. So we
wow.
hold them accountable to their mission statement that
Mm,
that every child deserves an education,
mm,
and we put a tutorial program around them. They're smarter than they think. I tell them not anyone can just be a gang member. You gotta be a tough, you gotta be a bad guy. Now, can
mm,
you imagine if you turned it around, what you
mhm,
could do? And then I tell you, and then when I go to court, I said, Your Honor, we help them get jobs. Like right now, it's summertime. Our city, we have 1,500 summer jobs. Now we have about 30 young kids that won't go to juvenile hall because we have them getting summer jobs. And that's what a lot of them have. They have to fend for themselves. They have
mm,
nobody to wake them up but themselves.
mm,
They eat whatever we bring because there's no food at
right.
home.
Right.
They're out in the street. We
Mm,
start turning them around. I call changing your stinking thinking. We've
mm,
even created some curriculum to start, making them think. because
Mm.
if you just let them, do whatever, they're not going to change. You got to
Right.
help them change who they are.
Mm. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot. And I was just going to say, so what has triggered this gap? And, I mean, from working with them for a couple of years, what is the major cause of the problem? Because it's important for us to know, because sometimes when we get to work with children, I find that you speak to some parents and they feel, I think my child was being an introvert. He wasn't talking to anybody. We didn't know what was going on. And they really have no very tangible excuse or reason. And before you
Yeah,
know it, he's on the other side. So can you tell us what could trigger these problems, and just so that people know how to manage this?
well, there's not enough role models as there is. So when you're on
Right,
campus, our teachers are overworked. Our
right.
teachers' classrooms are overcrowded. You have one
Mm,
teacher to 30 students, and the
mm,
teacher's trying to teach a subject. They need a
mm,
mom. They need someone
mm,
to hug them. They need someone to tell them you are somebody. You,
mm,
you know, we love you. Now, I tell a lot of the students, okay, how many love their mother? Of course,
mm,
they love their mother because dad's not there. And I said,
mm,
okay, that teacher, that's your mother. How do you want us to talk to your mother? I get them to start thinking. And even the teacher says, thank you for being on my side. We just try to teach them that whatever you put out, that's what's going to come back to you. So when you show that you can treat that teacher right, she's going to treat you right.
mm.
Like most individuals, people are looking for attention. They
Right.
want to know that they exist. And
Exactly.
these children that turn into gang members,
Exactly.
they don't sense that. No one's telling them how amazing and awesome and valuable they are, and that they
Mm,
have something to contribute to the world. Most of the time, they're telling them, you're no good. You're never going to amount to
mm,
anything. You don't listen. You don't pay attention. You're
mm,
late, and all the negativity that just constantly, day in and day out, they're told over and over and over again.
mm.
So really, they just begin to act out who people say they are. So what
Right.
we do is we turn that around. We begin to say, you are valuable, you are amazing, you are awesome. And
Mm,
then when they get that in there, then they begin to act out. We have to remember that people are only acting out what they believe to be true, and they are believing a false identity. So we begin to tell
mm,
them who they really are. They are really
mm,
valuable. They are really awesome. They're super. And we continually, constantly, all day long, feed that into them
mm.
so that they can take out that negativity and begin to believe the truth of who they really are.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So from the audience, we have Buki. Hello, Buki from London, UK. And Buki says, choose your words. There is so much negativity. I believe so. Morel says, we need more good role models. And so, people, you can see that, civility really can be a fundamental tool to validate somebody's worth, self worth. And this is what Dr. Lara are doing, because they're both doctors. Yes, and this is what their program has succeeded in injecting back into the society. Now, Dr. Lara, I have another question for you. So, do we have to be in the California area to be able to be part of this program? Or how can someone access this? Or are there other programs around the country, or do you pick up from different places? How does this work?
Yeah, we pick up from different places. Mostly they'll fly me in, they'll bring me in, all that, because you have to train from within. I mean, we
Okay,
can fly, we can light your fire, but when we leave, if you're not properly trained, it's not going to last. I don't care how
that's
good your
true.
curriculum is, it's your facilitators that is the program. You
Right.
have to pick the right people, because there's some people that schools have brought in and they
Mm,
talk to them just as bad as someone from the street. It's
mm,
called verbal abuse that goes on all day long to these individuals. You're a
mm,
nobody. Nobody cares about you. You're better off incarcerated. I wish you were never born. And then go to school and have a good day. It's not going to happen. You
that's
have to
true.
go in there and start letting them know that education is going to determine your lifestyle, where you're going to
That's
live,
true.
how you're going to live, how you're going to provide for your family. You're
Hmm.
right. Your mom and dad's not there, but it don't give you a right to throw your life away. There's
Hmm.
people that care about you.
That's right.
So we
That's
come
true.
in that way, but we start changing their thoughts. We use the 21 irrefutable laws by
Mm.
John Maxwell.
Oh, great.
So it's amazing what goes on, but you know what? It's all about letting them know. And these guys are some strong men and women,
Hmm.
but they just been false, whatever's put in you, it's been beaten in them.
Mm.
And we have to come in there and change these things from them. I
Mm.
work because I was senator, the chief, and judges. I bring these guys to meet these people. So
Mm.
when I said, see how important you are, they even take you guys. And they start just lifting their heads up. We
Mm.
get them when they're walking, looking to the ground. And that
Mm.
when you look to the ground, it's because an authority figure is talking to you, but
That's
all they
right.
are is pounding you.
That's
But when
right.
you speak with love and you treat them right and tell them we're going to help change you, they'll
Mm.
look you in the eye like a man,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that's who they are.
Well, I am so impressed about this. And another question that I would have is, how many students can go through the program at a time?
Well, as many as want to come. We are funded by the mayor's gang force. The city of San Jose has funded us for 40 children, but students, but we have up to 120 and 120 because we cannot
Wow.
say no to any of them. So it as many as want to come, that's how many we will service. There is no turning any one of them away.
Like tomorrow, I'll be doing a gang intervention. There was a young man that was killed over the weekend.
Mm.
3 guys are stabbed in the hospital right now, 17 and 16-year-old kids. The guy that died was only 20 years old. So we're doing a crisis response where I'm
Mm.
going to come in with a program called the Root Awakening. The Root Awakening are homicides that happen in the Santa Clara County of girls 14, 15 involved in domestic violence that hooked
Mm.
up with a gang member and got killed. And then we show them other young men like them and say, see these people right here?
Mm.
They probably knew where they were going, but went there anyway and got themselves killed.
Mm.
Everyone here, you'll never see them again. These are not actors. You'll
Mm.
never see them again. So we don't call it scared straight. We call it rude awakening. Wake up their
Wow.
senses and let them see. We've had young men and women say, I'm not even going to dress like this no more. I
Mm.
didn't know
Mm.
that these clothes can
Mm.
get me shot.
Mm.
So
Wow, I love that. Wake up your senses. We really need to. This month of June, we've been focused on civility in the community, and we thought it's very important to drive it back home. And I tell people that being civil is not about being well behaved in your place of work because you're trying to get promoted, or you're choosing when you want to be civil. No, you have to do it all the time. How do you treat the person that is next to you? How do you behave with your neighbors, the less privileged? Somebody who's struggling with their self-esteem, and for example, the gang members that need help, or someone who's not doing well in school, we have to support them. Now, we have a question down here from the audience, from Morel, and she says, how long do you support those amazing young stars? At what point do you feel they can fly by themselves?
I'm sorry, we couldn't hear the question.
Okay, so the question is, how long do you support those amazing youngsters? At what point do you feel they can fly by themselves?
We support them for life. They once they come into our life, we support them for life. We had one
Mm.
young man that had left for 20 years. He was we started working in with him when he was
Mm.
14. He got married. His relationship did not work out. He was
Mm.
married for 20 years. 20 years later, he comes back. He's back in the same situation that we found him in when he was only 14. We get him back into the home, and he cannot believe that we
Mm.
accepted him right back 20 years later. He knew
Mm.
exactly where to come back to, and
Mm.
now we put him in a home, and he
Mm.
is once again being successful. So it does not matter. As long as they need us, we will support them. We have some that were gang members at 14, 15 years old, now 40, 45 years old, are still with us, still used his phone yesterday, blown up for Father's Day, because he has literally been their father, because most of them don't have any. And to this day, they still call him and thank him for supporting him.
this weekend I did a wedding for a young man,
I saw
27
that.
years old. When he
I
was
saw that.
16, I got him out of the gangs. he,
Mm.
he became a multimillionaire. He created
Wow.
an energy. Though he has tattoos
Wow.
all over his body, if you look at him, he
Wow.
still looks that way. But he's a businessman. And that's who
Wow.
they are. I tell them there's gold in every one of you, and we're going to help bring that gold out of you, and you're going to be
Exactly.
successful. We have a company called
Mm.
Cisco System, one of the biggest companies in Silicon Valley, that said,
Mm.
Dr. Lara, anyone that comes out of the firehouse and you have trained them, we will hire them.
Wow. Wow, this is impressive. I saw the post about the guy who got married on your page, and I was so excited. I was just screaming at the top of my voice, like, "Yay!" I was cheering you on. This is such an amazing work that you're doing, Dr. Lara and Dr. Lara. I really have to appreciate both of you for taking the time, to pay attention to people who need, a listening ear. It takes a lot. It takes so much love, and you were such a great example. You inspire me so much. It just makes me feel like I have to keep working more. When I see both of you, I'm like, listen, Louisa, you need to continue being on the street to do what you have to do. And what we encourage people is you don't have to do so much. Just impact one person's life at a time.
That's
How are
it.
you exactly? How are
This
you
summer, this
impacting?
summer, we were allowed at $8,000 for 2 months to take them
Wow.
to Great America, Raging Waters, places they've never been. and
Mm.
we and we're taking the worst kids you can think of, because we're going to sand them down at Great America, at
Wow.
Raging Waters. They don't
Wow.
have $60 to get in there. We're going to pay that ticket for them. We take them to
Wow.
eat, and that's when we have rap sessions. We're doing two things: we're letting them enjoy themselves, and we're changing their thought processes.
Mm.
Well, most people don't understand that most of those kids have never even been out of their neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
They've never been out of their neighborhood. We've taken them to the snow, we've taken
Mm.
Disneyland and different
Mm.
places like that. And that is the first time they've
Mm.
ever been out of their neighborhood. But let me tell you, now that they're married and have their own children, guess what they're doing? They're taking them out of their neighborhood. It's just
Wow.
amazing to see that when we
Wow.
poured into them and made a difference in their
Mm.
lives, they are now making a difference in other people's lives because now they
Exactly.
know how to do it. They didn't know how
Exactly.
to do it before.
Exactly. When you speak positivity into someone, they show up the right way. So, what you're doing is amazing. Do you have opportunities for volunteers, so people that can come in to help in your
Yes, we do.
program?
We're always building that. And
Okay.
a lot of them think that these kids are Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and when they come,
Mm.
they're like, wow, inked up. Even the girls, they're inked up. They have tattoos all over their bodies, and we're working to take them off. So a lot of people will come. I have to work with them first before they
Mm.
become a volunteer, because we don't
Mm.
want you staring at them, because you never. These kids are hidden in the day and out at
Mm.
night. So kids,
Mm.
when you're asleep, they're out there. When you're awake, they're asleep. So we have to go in there and all that. The graffiti program, because what they do is they put the name of their neighborhood all over the city. So
Mm.
program almost 30 years ago, I went to Kelly Moore Paint and said, "Can we? You have any paint you guys don't use?" And they go, "For what?" I go, "We're going to save lives." And they go,
Mm.
"What do you mean?" I said, "We're going to go start taking the graffiti down off in the neighborhoods." They go, "No way." And we did. And
Mm.
now the city adopted it and became a program,
Mm.
because tagging and on the walls is billboards. They communicate from the walls. They'll tell you
Mm.
what gangs in what neighborhood, who they're at war with, all these things. So I read the walls, the writing on
Mm.
the walls. We
Mm.
interpret that and tell
Mm.
the city, we need to get into this area to save lives. We have to take that down. So they'll come in and we'll take the graffiti. We
Mm.
have an app on our phone. We take a picture of the graffiti. By the morning, it's off.
Mm.
And that's saving lives.
Wow, great. This has been such an opener. That's what Morel in the audience said. Thank you so much, Dr. Lara and Dr. Lara. Buki says, great job, Dr. and Dr. Lara. That is the love of God displayed in both of you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for making up time out of your busy schedule, because I know that this is a lot of work that you do every single day. And so, our audience, we are getting to the end of this. But I would say that as you step out from today, after listening to this wonderful session, try and think about how you can add value to the next person. What can you do? It might just be going in the grocery store and helping out someone who is old and cannot move around. Whatever you can do, it would be very much appreciated. Think about it every single day. What can I do to make the world a better place? That's the first question you should ask yourself in the morning. Before you go out putting out labels on people and trying to judge others and who is not good and who is bad, what can you do yourself? And we have a chance for opportunities for volunteers. I would love to, anytime that I make it down there to California, Dr. Lara, I will be there to help. I want to be able to see this happening because this will be so life changing. And I can bet you that if you volunteer, you would receive the change before them. This is a lot of work. Absolutely.
It's
It will be.
amazing.
Yep, it's so much transformation that would happen. So thank you so much. I hate to let you go, and I hope that I can bring you back soon because I enjoyed the program. Thank you and have a wonderful day. And bye to our audience. And I'll see you again on Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now. Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye. Thank you, Louisa.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.